This is not a regular walking video. Instead, in this video, I wanted to take a moment to talk a little bit about this thing. The Boox Palma 2 Pro, which is my most recent gadget and one that I think might help me solve a bit of a problem in my life. So, if you're like me, you probably sometimes feel a bit overwhelmed by your smartphone. I know I do, pretty often. And I've tried, actually for the last year or so, I've tried a few different things to kind of cut down on my smartphone usage. I got myself a flip phone about a year ago, a Japanese one that allowed me to run. It was actually an Android phone, but it was in such a cumbersome form factor that it was not very addictive. I also have an old iPhone SE lying around at home, which I've set to black and white only, and I only have the most necessary apps installed on it. And I actually use that one quite often, especially on weekends or on days when I'm gonna go out, spend a day with my daughter. I want something that's not so distracting in my pocket. But I've also been very interested in the Boox Palma series. So this is actually an e-reader, and despite the name, this is the third generation. The first one, the Boox Palma, was released, I believe, about 2 years ago in 2023. And then a year later, 2024, they released a sequel, Boox Palma 2. And now this is in November 2025, and I just got this little thing delivered to me. So it's first and foremost, it's an e-reader. So it has an e-ink screen. And this generation actually got it upgraded to color. The previous ones were black and white only. Let's see if I can log in here. It actually has a fingerprint reader, which works all right, but it's not great. But yeah, this is what it looks like when you're logged in. And it runs Android 15 even. So you can install pretty much all the apps you want. However, the experience of running apps is quite different from what you're mostly used to. So for example, if I open Google Maps here, so I'm currently on a walk here along Tamagawa, and I'm on my way to this little coffee shop here. So you see the refresh rate is very slow, the colors are very muted, and it works, it gets the job done, but it's not a terribly exciting experience. And trying to do things like, I don't know, scrolling TikTok or Instagram on this would not be very, very fun, because yeah, the number of colors is very limited, and the way that you scroll is very slow, and that's kind of a feature, not a bug. That's why this is not so addictive. So for me, what I've done is that I installed the apps I really need, which is Maps, podcast app, Spotify, Swedish radio, and some reading apps. So since this is an e-reader, it's really good for reading books, obviously. It's very pleasant to read text on the screen like this. It almost feels like reading on real paper, which is kind of the whole charm. If you've ever tried a Kindle, you know what it's like. So it does book reading, or reading in general, very well, and it's pretty poor for everything else. And yeah, I've had this one for 3 days now, and today was the first day when I actually left all my other devices at home, and this is the only one I keep with me. I've installed WhatsApp. It has a SIM card tray, so basically I can connect with the people that matters to me, my wife and my mom. Basically, I can stay in touch with them, And for me, no one else, because all my friends, they're on Messenger, and I didn't bother installing that. I did install Gmail on here, which I'm having mixed feelings about. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it on there, because having access to email is a little bit of a stress factor. But at the same time, the rule that I made for myself in order to make this work is that I will not put any apps that are like in any way addictive on here. And I really never find myself binge scrolling my inbox. Like, I don't think email is that exciting. There is a web browser on here, and I actually tried removing it, but it seems like that's not entirely easy, and I do have a bit of mixed feelings about that. But so far, these 3 days, I haven't really used it much, because again, the browsing experience is not great. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you about this, and I'm gonna continue using it. This is gonna be my main device moving forward. We'll see for how long. But yeah, for these 3 days, and especially today, like, it was so difficult actually to leave the house today without putting like another device in my bag. Like, and I was like, maybe I should bring my iPhone or my Android phone. I can keep it off, but just in case I need it, it might be good to have it. But having those thoughts kind of reminded me why I need to do this. Because the fact that it was so difficult to leave the house without a proper phone says a lot, I believe. So yeah, before I wrap up, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about the apps I have on here and why. So I have been reading a lot since I got this, and that's something I really appreciate. I hope I will be able to continue doing that. I do have my podcasts on here, like I said, and I do have Swedish radio. And well, one of the things is, like, as a Swede living in Japan, getting hold of books in Swedish is pretty difficult. So being able to have this, I have a subscription service that basically lets me read almost all the ebooks ever published in Swedish, which is really nice. And I've been reading a lot since I got this, more probably in these 3 days than in the prior 3 months. That's good. I do have PayPay on here. I do have Word Feud, which is a kind of crosswords game that I play with my mom, and my mom only. Usually like once every 2 days I make a move, I create a new word. Maybe shouldn't be on here, I don't know. For now, I'm having it. PayPay is the de facto payment system here in Japan when you don't want to use cash. I have this one, which is a kind of rental bicycle service, which I'm actually planning on using later today. So I'm on a long walk now along the Tamagawa. I plan to go for a little coffee at a nice place down here, but after that I probably need to take a bicycle back home in order to get back in time to pick up my daughter. But yeah, that's basically it. It does have a camera. It's pretty crappy, but some people say that they like it because it doesn't have HDR. It gives the photos a bit of a kind of retro look that can be quite attractive. I might post a example photo on top of this video as I say this. But yeah, I think that's it. A simple device that so far I'm enjoying a lot. Walking around with this device only today feels pretty... Oh, some noisy kids coming here. It feels kind of quiet, is the feeling that I keep coming back to. Like, it's very nice to not feel that I have a device in my pocket that kind of calls for my attention all the time. So far I've been really enjoying it. We'll see if the feeling stays or if it's just the fact that it's a new device and that I am very enthusiastic about making this change in my life. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you updated. But that's my first impressions of 3 days with the Boox Palma 2 Pro here in Japan. That's it. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening, and see you soon. Bye bye! Hej då! Auf Wiedersehen und Matane. Tschüss!